Hello everyone, this is Phil, welcome to episode 11, Feed the Beast, nom 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 nom. I have got some kind of bad, well not really bad, but very important news. As I said in the description of the last video, after I made that video, my computer bluescreened for completely no reason while the server was running, and it has bluescreen while the server was running before, and nothing bad has happened. But when my computer finally restarted and I tried to restart the server, it would just give me a severe error. Maybe I'll give a link in the description to what it said, but the server just would not start, and there was something wrong with the map. Like, the server files were all fine, but I could not run this map. So, for a while, most of that evening, I was very annoyed because it looked like this world had become corrupted and I would not be able to get it back at all, which would have meant an end to the series. And some rather cheesed off people like Rob and me, and Greg and Richard. But luckily, you can see that I am definitely in the world right now, and it is not completely lost. Because thankfully, while the world was corrupt per se, I didn't really know what was wrong with it, but I could still open it in MC Edit. And MC Edit is a third-party like Minecraft world editor, so you can select blocks, copy and paste things, move stuff around. So what I did was I opened up the world, and then I just selected everyone's bases, and then saved them as schematic files. Actually, yeah, I'll go into MC Edit. I think Bandicam can record that. And then I kind of just had to then I generated the world again with the seeds, so we had a new version of this world, but without all our bases, and then I pasted them back in MC Edit, which was kind of fun, like trying to copy and paste 600,000 blocks just in the right place. So you can see, because obviously I've regrown trees and stuff, so this is where I cut out my first base. It's pretty obvious. I think everyone still has all their items and things, because all player things are stored in a separate file, but you can see this staircase no longer exists, because there was no point in me cutting that bit. So, also you notice my base is now completely different, but we'll talk about that in a second. So, this is quite important to tell you, because it means we've now got a completely new world, so all the resources are now back. We can mine them all again. We have a new end. There's another ender dragon. The end is full of quite rare materials. We have a new nether. So there's not really much that we can do about it. We're just going to have to play on how we've got it now, because otherwise there just isn't a server, full stop. So there you go. That was a very stressful time for me. Yeah, we'll go over to MC Edit. So this is just a really quick little thing about MC Edit. This lovely little program that we use to save the world. It's completely free. This is what the menu looks like. I don't know if the Windows Explorer screen will show up on Bandicam, but if not, you know how to open a file. So you start at the spawn. If you hold down right click, you can then look around and use WASD to, strafe, go forwards and things. I think you can use Q and Z to go up and down. So you start at the spawn, and my base is over here somewhere. I don't think there is a button that can teleport you to a specific set of coordinates, which kind of made copying and pasting things a bit tricky, but because we're all logged in, you can just click on a player's name and then go to player and it will snap to them. So, let's just go to me if that's what this video is about. And I am in a cave. Lovely. So all I was just doing is, with the select tool, you just select whatever it is you want to copy, and then the cuboid is defined by these two markers, and as it says there, you can hold down left click on these buttons and then use WS and D again to move them. So I just captured an area that I assumed would be big enough to encompass the whole base, and then you go to export, and then when you've done that, and let's imagine you're in your new world, go on import it, so it would, you get something like this. And then all I had to do was just try and get it in the right place. And then you can nudge it around again, same thing, WSD, and then click import. So that's all there is to it. When you've got something like this, it's a little bit more difficult because there is a huge number of blocks to copy and paste and move around. So if your computer's not very good, it could be laggy, but whatever, it fixed my world, so I'm very happy. And the best part about it is, even though the blocks are modded, it will still be able to handle them. It will just, because every block has an ID, so it works absolutely fine. So back to normal Minecraft. So that's how you move things around. But now we can carry on with the Let's Play. Ugh, go away. So the quarry has finally finished, so I'm happy about that. Look at me bounce. And all my stuff most of my stuff in here has been moved over to that small room that I showed you last episode. See, all my engines have gone up here. All the big machines in the walls and all the lava stuff, it's all gone. It's all moved. It's basically the same setup. So to move everything, I used an ender chest. Ender chests, I've mentioned this before, but they actually modify the original ender chest from normal Minecraft. So this is the recipe for it. Admittedly, I don't know the recipe for a normal one, but it's got these 3 little blobs on the top, and if you right-click on these with wool, you can dye them. So they don't all have to be the same colour, so you can have like loads and loads of different combinations of ender chests, which is really helpful on multiplayer. Excuse me while I turn the sound down a bit. Lovely. And look at all the waypoints are still in the exact same place, because it just saves them as coordinates, I think, on a server IP. So all I did was I chucked all my items in here, and if we can now go over to my base, and you'll see how I got them out of there, because I didn't just put them in, take them out. That was taking far too long. So all these are now empty. Although I kind of now have even less of a sorting system. So Rob gave me a portal gun. It's got some bacon on it. I didn't get portal guns in this game, but there are quite a few of them, and you can craft them. So default one, you basically need to kill a wither thing, and then it's quite easy, really. But I don't get the bacon one. Greg has one which is just a pig. That is cool. So you can, if you've never played Portal, first of all you should go and buy it, but you can left click and right click and it will make 2 different coloured portals. So this will take me hundreds and hundreds of blocks over to my new base. Blah, blah. But we'll go and have a look at the quarry, just so you know where you are. And I'm going to lag a little bit. Since the blue screen, and since everyone has started to build their bases and everywhere, the server has been struggling. It has just crashed, as in the actual server, because it ran out of memory. But to be honest, my computer's not really good enough to handle a Feed the Beast server with many players, and I'm recording at the same time. But it's slowly loading. It's a big hole, really. I mean, what else do you expect? Getting rid of the water was rather fun, I would say. It didn't really take that long because basically everything just stemmed from 1 or 2 or 3 source blocks. Like you can see little pillars and struts and things poking out. They were just to remove water sources. Although because there were so many water updates going on, it took ages, and I had about 5 frames per second, so I was just standing here with my render distance on tiny, going for about 20 minutes. But Rob also dug a quarry, and then when he tried to get rid of the water, he crashed the server, and his quarry is smaller than mine, so I must have magic hands. But yeah, all the magmatic engines now in my base, I'm using those. We have got lots of nice things, lots of zirconium, which is good. Actually, I think I've taken most of the ore over to the base, so this isn't going to be that exciting. But I got loads of obsidian, which Rob seemed to be a little bit annoyed about. And lots of redstone. Oh, here's a chest full of nice things. Haven't moved the iridium yet. For now, I'm just going to leave all of this here because I haven't quite got enough room for it in my normal base. And just ignore the marble brick. That was just to make sure I'd built the quarry the right size, because you can see, this little border here, this is 64 by 64, this is the actual outline of the quarry, but because the quarry frame takes up the 1 block, the actual hole is 62 by 62, and that is actually intended, because I have made all this in single player, just to see what my base would look like. That's correct. So this was just me going, is it 62 by 62? And yes, it is. And I will be using marble and marble brick, and also basalt. I'm going to pronounce that different every time I say it, but I'm going to be using that as well. It's a very pretty block. So, this is my new base. Isn't it exciting? It's essentially the same as my old one, but there's one or two changes. Because I had so many magmatic engines left over from the quarry, I'm now using those to produce power. I do have more of them, and I would use them with conductive pipes, but the thing is, if a magma crucible runs out of netherrack, then, like, the second it runs out, enormous amounts of MJ will quickly build up in the pipes, and they will explode, as I discovered. But only the pipes explode, luckily. It was only a little explosion. But, yeah, they just produce lava. Well, the lava goes into this tank. Then we have a redstone engine that pulls it out, and it sends it into the 6 geothermal generators, which now you can see from the front, and it looks cool and big and scary. And, yes, the MFE has been upgraded to an MFSU, which holds 10 million EU, because that 600,000 really wasn't cutting it, because now I need it in bigger amounts at a time. So it's the MFE, Advanced Circuit, Advanced Machine Block, and Lapitron crystals, which are just upgraded energy crystals. Just need some lapis and circuits and blah and things and blah. So, because we don't have any high voltage machines, or 512 EU per tick, we have to step it down through medium voltage, and then again through low voltage for the low voltage machines, and then they just go over here. Yeah, you can put electrical engines, thank you, I need those. You'll see why soon. You can put electrical engines with medium voltage, which is something I think I did actually already know it when I built my old base, but now they're in the proper place, and so they work faster. And then there's some glass fiber cable that just sneaks underground. You can tell where it goes. And that just powers these two things. Oop, let the grinder carry on going. I've got like ore in here, and then a bunch of ore in here that's ready to be grinded. So this is the dust chest. I'm acting like I'm organised. This is the ingots chest. Let's say I thought I had more of these, but... Oh yeah, so ender chest, which is what I was supposed to explain. Here's the corresponding ender chest. So all ender chests with the same colour, you can just go up to one and take out any items that are in like that linkage of chests. And here we have a filter, which is kind of like a transposer, but what I didn't know is that it can take out a whole stack of items at a time. I think the transposer is used... Well, you don't actually need to put these by a chest. I think they can just suck items off the ground, and the transposer has a larger area, but it only does it one by one. And so the filter does like more items at a time for this purpose. And it's made like this, using a red dope wafer, which is kind of weird. It's a red power thing. You get coal and sand, make a silicon thing, cut it up into wafers, and... And so then we just got pneumatic tubes, and they just went and chucked everything from my base into chests. So, no organisation whatsoever here, but oh well, what can you do? And, oh, that's... Okay, Rob borrowed some uranium from me, and he has repaid me, along with some rubber. Cheers, Rob. So what do I want to do now? I want to... I think we might as well carry on in here. I'm not going to carry on building, or start building my base properly. I might need to employ some slaves. Greg's not here. To help me with that, because it's going to take a while. And maybe we can have a little bit of fun doing it. A little bit of multiplayer shenanigans. So I would like to upgrade these geothermal generators into thermal generators. Which just, they give you a little bit more EU per piece of lava, and you make them like this, with your geothermal, and then reinforced glass, and electronic circuits, and invar, which hopefully I have a bunch of here. Oh, I've got the right furnace. With an industrial grinder, and a quarry, like, as I grind iron, I get so much nickel, invar ingots just are not a problem anymore. Just one quick thing about this. It outputs 512 EU per tick, and I think as it gets stepped down to medium voltage, rather than just like losing the difference between 128 and 512, it actually gets split up into fallouts of 128. So theoretically there's more EU going in over here, and it means I can run these machines as well as machines over here, because there's like there's so many different little packets of EU that can be spread around between different machines. So yeah, cool, huh? What do I need? I need some electronic circuits. How many have I got? One of these is a machiney things chest. Right. So I've got 6, I need 7 more. There's me electrum. Copper. Yeah, so many chests. Oh, I swear I was just holding a bunch of copper. Because I don't know where anything is, I'm going to pinch all this rubber just to make some copper cables. Copper is a big pain in the butt. I think I do actually have some cables somewhere, but oh well. That'll do. Then I need refined iron. Wrong chest. Lovely. How many do I need? I need... oh darn, this isn't enough, is it? Oh, well, I'll just use some redstone. There we go. 8, that'll do. I'll have that in reserve. And then... oops. So I've got the invar, so reinforced glass. Right, advanced alloy. And, oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. I thought I was going to need a lot more glass, which is why I think I had glass or sand at some point in this video. So, why is there gravel in there? Is this output? Oh. Wait, hang on. Turn off the outputs to the side so that this won't deposit anything anywhere. I think I have some brass cooking in here. Yeah, just a little bit. So this will make me... oh no, I need refined iron. Oh, blessed. Right. I might actually do a little cut in the video here because I'm a little bit short on resources, unless I can find something to talk about. Nope, no idea. Hang on a minute. Getting quite typical of me to pretend or forget that I actually have something. And I already do. Lovely. So I think I now have everything. I just need to actually grab my geothermal generators. So at the same time that the advanced jetpack came out, we got this thing called the Gravitool, which is made with electric things, energy crystals, blah blah blah, and it is literally just a combination of the three. It has 100,000 EU, but for some reason the EU just doesn't go down for me. So if you want to change modes, you hold down your change mode key and right click, and then it makes a funny noise. And we want the wrench, and then we can just boop, and it makes a cute little wrench noise. I don't know why the EU isn't going down. Like, even with the wrench and the hoe and the tree tap, it hasn't changed the EU at all. So, oh well, I'm not complaining. But regardless, 100,000 EU will be super helpful. So, they go on the bottom, they go there, give it a little invar hat. And okay, I thought I had a math problem there. Come on. Woohoo! Thermal generators. I don't know what mod these are from, just because they look kind of different. They have a different interface. So, oh, they don't look very interesting. They don't look quite as scary. Ooh, they've got things on the top. So, unfortunately, I have not got any netherrack. I do use it up quite quickly now that I've got 3 engines, but oh, this is not the place that I want to be in right now. Silly door setup. I luckily have a portal right outside now. No, you stay away, Mr. Creeper. I think when the server got reset, it had its revenge, and I made a portal, and I ended up linking it to Rob's portal. So that's what I get for messing up everyone's portals. So, whoa. I'm not going to Bluescreen. Okay. These tools, these were, and my armor, they were kind of, some of them were spawned in, and some of them were made with diamonds I got from the quarry. I was trying to get the happy mixture between getting back stuff that I'd completely lost, and because, you know, it was, some of it was degraded, so none of it was properly new, but I feel like I'm being honest in the way that we've given ourselves our items back. We haven't gained anything, but just so in case you're wondering, look, Phil's inventory's changed, but yes, there was a big problem. But this pickaxe, I did have to re-get the enchantment, but luckily I got pretty much the same one. So now I can just tear through this netherrack easily. And what I would like to do is get a quarry going in the nether, and then that will just provide a lot of netherrack, and that will automatically go into the magmatic engines, so I don't have to keep doing this manually. Ultimately, Feed the Beast is about getting stuff done automatically. I need 15 stacks of this, unfortunately. 15 stacks is too much. I got about 8, it'll do. I just want to see what happens when lava actually goes into these thermal generators, because I've never used them before, and they look interesting. So just give all these a poke with the crescent hammer, and lava should start swooping into there. And if I turn this on, then there isn't very much. Go! Go lava! Onwards. And after this, I'm going to experiment with something called, or some things called liquiducts, which are pipes that are designed for transporting liquids, because these Buildcraft waterproof ones are really slow and they seem a bit stupid. They just like send the liquid all over the place and eventually it ends up in some... Ooh! I've got little lights on. I've got liquid mountain. See, 30k EU at 24 EU per tick, as opposed to, I think it's 20 in the geothermal, so 50% EU increase, that's good. I don't know how much this is going to go up, or what in and out means. But, oh, that might be the GregTech logo, possibly. Well, yeah, it's cool. It's actually called GregTech Intergalactical, or GregTech Make Everything Really Complicated for the hell of it. No, I think GregTech is... Without it, some things in this mod would be a little bit easy, and it does add some increased replay or playability values, maybe, but it's still pretty annoying. So, Liquiduct. This requires a machine that I have not yet made, because we need hardened glass from an induction smelter. So I'm going to guess that this comes from thermal expansion, because the induction smelter comes from thermal expansion. And luckily all you need, apparently, is a little bit of pulverized obsidian. Ooh, I wonder if I've got any of that. And some lead, which I think I've got. I was just sneakily making some in a furnace here. Lovely. Should have more than 7. But that's the recipe for it. Kapow. I'm going to stick that over here. It has its own little engine, which is currently facing the wrong way. Quit slacking off. Go on. Okay. Shift clicking does funny things sometimes, and I need a lever, and I'll just borrow the one off the rolling machine for now. Right, actually first of all I need to carry on pulverizing obsidian, because I was wondering if the pulverizer was powerful enough for obsidian, and apparently it is. Hence pulverized obsidian. It was kind of stupid of me to think otherwise. It was just because there is a macerator, and the pulverizer can do pretty much everything that the macerator can do, but I think there are like 1 or 2 things they can't do, because obsidian's pretty rough stuff, and this machine just looks like it's... I don't know, it doesn't look as strong as these ones, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I'll stop talking weird things now. Plonk those in there, and turn off the redstone signal, because this lever can turn on or off machines, but we need it to power the engine. So don't forget that. And this will give us, wait, I've forgotten. I think that just gives us the hardened glass straight off, so I need the copper. Lovely. Ooh, there we go. Hardened glass. That's pretty cool. Oh, I wonder if you could use it as a building material. Alright, it didn't. Okay. Some glass textures in this game join up, but well, you could. That just looks a little bit weird. Oh. Okay, that was a test run. I forgot it was glass. So, right, thank you. I need more obsidian going in. Come on, engines. Oh, hang on, is this one on? No. That would help. In you go. Alright, let's actually make some liquid ducts now, rather than just destroying things. I'm going to need a fair few. Oh, wrong way. Lovely, although that's not enough. So... Right, that's not on. We can just say goodbye to these pipes. You did well. And they're in like a funny shape like this. It's just because I wanted to display the thermal generators like this so you could see all 6 like, as you walk in. And I needed to get the power out of them all. So it's a little bit funny around here. And I'll probably forget what I just made. They've got little... So they're joining up to the machine okay, but will they join up to the tank properly? I'm assuming they will. I did actually test these out quite a while ago in single player, but I don't really know properly. Oh, rats. More copper. Luckily. I was about to say luckily, I have an abundance of copper, but... Where's it all gone? Did I use it all on circuits? Oh, well, I can rectify this. Yeah, you can stack hoppers up if you want to, like, plonk more items down, and then, yeah, they'll just fall down as space becomes open in the hoppers beneath them, so that's pretty cool. I'll put those back up there. Take those out. I really thought I had some copper ingots somewhere. Me being silly. But yeah, this is producing gold and nickel, as well as lots of copper. There's some other people on the server, Greg, seem to be frustrated with their limited amounts of copper that they have. So, put these back in there. Oop, that's quite a lot of iron dust I have building up. Come on. Oh, hang on. I did make an overclocker upgrade, and it's in here. Just because the compressor's mass rate is very slow. But I don't know if there'll be a visible difference. Actually, that did seem quite fast. But if you overclock something and look at the MFSU, there is a distinct increase in the drain of EU. But I think it's worth it, because I've got so much EU now. Glass, oops. More liquid ducts, hopefully that's enough. If not, I'll put a little bit more pulverized obsidian in the thing. The induction thing. And I'll keep all of these as waterproof pipes, they're working fine. So these ones at the top need... what did I do? No, just... Right, I think you need to power these. I know the crescent hammer works on them, but... So that they need redstone, not like engine power or anything. Oh, have I not got any wood? Oh, of all the things... Okay. Lucky chest. Right, let's see if this works. Because they are really quick when they get going. Now, when you right click on the... Whoa! Good lord, that was fast. Are they actually doing things? Okay. So I assume when you right click on those... Whoops. With a crescent hammer, possibly. Yeah, you need a wrench of some sort. It kind of opens and closes them, so this becomes an output. I assume solid means input. But... Nope, nah, lagging. But yeah, there we go. Liquid is building up. Although there isn't really much in there. So I don't need this anymore. Goodbye, Mr. Redstone engine. So there we go. Now it will just pour in a lot faster, I hope. It's weird that it doesn't actually flow Just I assume I need to use the height of the liquid as a reference. Or do I? Okay, that's odd. It was going up faster, but now it slowed down a bit. But anyway, I think that's the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I started this episode with my solemn voice, and I'm going to end it with the same thing. I'm at school. I've got exams coming up in June from the 4th to the 24th or something. They are important exams. I don't have a chance to retake them, not that I'm planning on it, but I need to do well in them or I will not go to the university that I want to next year. So this is going to have an impact on my video making. Like, there probably won't be any videos around June, and they will just slowly get slower and slower up to that point. But after that I will have a really long summer holiday, so I should be able to make lots and lots of fun things. Also, I'll try and move away from all this industrial buildcraft machinery stuff, unless you really like it, but that's not what this mod is only about. There's loads of other stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see you next time. Whee!